Now, in terms of challenges, I have explained that the challenge of deep learning is overfitting. Overfitting, it indicates that there is high variance of the model. The DNN learns the insights from the data, but not the big picture. So that means that the training error is very low, but the testing error is very high. So if we are giving unseen data to the model, so it returns the forecast with high error. So that is called as the testing error is high. Now there are certain methods to eliminate overfitting. One of the method is regularization and the other method is dropout. Now, what about high training error? So it indicates that the model has trained long enough. So this is high training error. It means that too few neurons and too few layers. So it means that we need to either increase the number of layers or increase the number of neurons. But there is a guideline to that. The guideline is that you need to first build a deep layer than a fat layer. So fat layer means that too many neurons in one layer is called as a fat layer. So we need to add one layer and we need to add a few neurons to each layer if we get high training error. So these are certain guidelines that need to be used while developing the neural network model. Now, in terms of regularization, we are basically adding a regularization term lambda by 2m of the second norm of the weights. What it does is that, so this is the cost function and we are trying to minimize this cost function while building the neural network model. The addition of this term, what it does is it pushes the weights to be smaller, and this overcomes the overfitting. And There are two types of regularization. There is L2 regularization with a square of the weights term, and then there is L1 regularization with a linear weight term added to the cost function. Now, the addition of these terms basically overcomes overfitting. Now, there is also one more method which is called as the dropout. So, overfitting, as I explained, it corresponds to high variance, which is high training accuracy and low training accuracy. Now, this is one of the most common technique which is used to overcome overfitting in deep learning. In each iteration, what we do is we randomly remove some neurons in the layer. So as I previously explained, the deeper networks are better than the fatter networks. So that concept is basically used in the dropout. We are not reducing the number of layers, but we are basically or fundamentally removing some of the neurons among each layer. And we do this in each iteration. Like in iteration one, we remove some neurons. In iteration two, we remove some neurons. Iteration new other neurons, and we basically average the results to generate the forecasting results. With the dropout, essentially we are training different neural networks. At each iteration, we have a different neural network which is being trained. Now, during test time, the combination of these different networks is generated by averaging the results. So as a generalization, we know that averaging multiple machine learning models reduces overfitting. So this is used in the concept of ensemble models. So you can consider dropout is an ensemble of neural networks. And now code to perform dropout, we just need to add one a line which is model dot add dropout. Now it takes one input which is basically the dropout probability, and the dropout layer, it increases the training time. Although we suppose that we are dropping the neurons, so the training time will be reduced, but it is not the case. Uh, if dropout is utilized, we need to remember that the number of epochs of training should be increased. So without dropout, if the training was run for 50 epochs, with 50% dropout, the training should be run for more than 50 epochs, maybe like